We're talking Invincible, the new season 4. We got action, drama, new team ups, new villains, but the most important question: how strong is Thragg? This is Minor League Films here. Hit that like button, hit that sub button. Oh my God, Scotty here to talk about it. Without further ado, let's jump into it.
Leave no one alive.
So, Scotty, new trailer drop for Invincible Season 4. Trailer heard around the world. Absolute banger. One of the ones I've seen for a while that got me excited was on Twitter. Everyone's excited for it. I think it's just the sound quality, the editing, the action. It all brings you in there. But we got to start without further ado. We got a new villain on the scene. So I want to start with Thragg. You've read the comments. Grand Regent Thragg, as he's known. Who is Thragg? How strong is he? What's his background? Because we've seen other Viltrumites come down here. We've seen Conquest. We've seen Anissa already come down here and cause havoc. If he's a lot stronger than them, I worry about my heroes. But you have the comic background, so let me know. How strong is Thragg, and who is he?
Well, Thragg is a leader of the Viltrumites, that ruthless kind of Superman cloned race in Invincible. He's the strongest one, and he's so strong that to even beat him first of all, let's just start here. They barely beat him in the comic book. Invincible had to get help. He had to get all kind of amps and stuff, and he still barely beat Thragg. So Thragg was like his unstoppable force by himself. If I had to put him on a strength with other people in comic books, I'd put him as maybe as strong as the weakest version of Hyperion from Marvel. Hyperion and Marvel is like Marvel's version of Superman. He's like a history teacher or something. So he's like a low level. If you put him in any other verse, I'll say this: he'll get waxed. But the Invincible universe, it's like if you just threw Superman in there against all of them, and he's waxing everybody by himself.
Okay, so comparatively to everybody we've already seen in the show and all these heroes, he's levels above them.
Like leagues above them. I think maybe if I remember correctly, the people that could stand against him, go toe to toe for a little bit, maybe were Battle Beast. Battle Beast is just a force of inhuman nature, and Alan the Alien, he gets super strong after a while, and Invincible as he gets older gets much stronger. But when they fight in the books, Thragg is just like dominant throughout most of the fights Thragg is in the whole comic book. He's dominating most of those fights.
Yeah, it would make sense. I mean, you would think, I believe there'll probably be one more season after this of Invincible. So running down these last few seasons is probably going to be your primary threat going through. And obviously we've seen what the other Viltrumites have done coming over, but a lot going on in the season. I mean, we've seen some new team ups. We've seen some drama, like I said, some drama, some action. We started Invincible in this trailer, and obviously he's hurting from obviously not taking out Angst Levy and causing a lot of people's deaths. So he's dealing with some guilt from that. A quick question here. We've dealt with Invincible. I'd say at times the show has been very fun. At times, this show has been kind of hard to watch because it's dragging. You got people dying. Like, it's been rough. I want to know your expectations for season 4. Do you feel like we're going, because this trailer kind of feels more fun. It feels like we're getting team ups. Feels like a little bit of, the Marvel, the DC, you get all these heroes together. Feels like we're going more on that fun side. Is that how you feeling? Or are you feeling like we're going to kind of stick with where we're at the end of season 3, where it's like, damn, like that was good, but it's hard to watch?
No, see, I felt the opposite. I didn't really like season 2. I like season 3 a lot. I think season 3 is my favorite season. I thought season 1 and 2 drag. Season 3, I thought it was pretty cohesive and there was no low moments of that whole season. I like that season a lot. And I thought it ended out with a bang, with Conquest still being alive because of Cecil, right? Cecil's the old guy, I forgot.
Yeah.
He's keeping them in there. And what I like about it is you get to see that Mark is realizing, like, other than people like Batman, and if I want to compare him to Batman, he has no kill rule anymore. He's like, man, if I would have killed Langstrom, ages ago, then this wouldn't happen. And he was willing to kill Conquest. So now we're going to see a different Mark, because Mark does have pretty good character progression in the books, and he does have slower progression in the show, but they're about to progress into, I don't have a no kill rule because I have all these people I have to care about, and half of my friends already died in this last fight, and it was all my fault. So it's about to get nasty.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I always think no kill rules in these worlds is kind of silly when
Yeah,
the villains come down and they kill everybody. It's like, so age old question with Batman. Like, he doesn't kill, but the Joker gets out every week and blows up half the city,
yeah.
which never really makes sense. But yeah, I'm definitely looking for the progression of Mark. And I would say I don't think that season 3 or season 2 were necessarily bad or anything. I just say the tone of them was heavy, like heavier than what you normally get in superhero shows, where it's like, damn, my man, my heroes are dying, people are getting broke up, bones are breaking. Like, I don't have a good feeling like at the end of this episode, so it hits a little heavy, but. What's always fun is we got a new team up. So they tease in the trailer. We basically have a new team, and I'll list them out. So Omni-Man's coming back. We'll talk about him in a minute. But obviously, Mark Allen. We got a new character, and I want to ask you about some of these newer characters. Tech Jacket. Obviously, we've seen Battle Beast. Space Racer is also new. And if I remember correctly, Omni-Man talked about him in the books that he written and left for Mark. I'm pretty sure. So correct me if I'm wrong on that one. And then we got Oliver and Thaddeus, who the voice of Peter Cullen, which is also some parts of the why that trailer is so good because that voiceover.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I want to ask you about a couple guys that we really haven't seen yet. Who's Tech Jacket and who is Space Racer?
I don't remember Space Racer much at all. I need to buy the Invincible whole omnibus so I can start getting all these character knowledges so I can make some more videos. Tech Jacket was a human boy. I remember that was kind of like a Blue Beetle, I guess. Like he's bound to like an armor, like an alien armor. So he's going to be there. I don't even remember seeing him in the trailer. It might just because I only saw it once. And usually when superhero trailers, I slow them down to check. But I thought the trailer was just popping off so much. I said, I don't need to see it more than once. I'm excited already for it. But I don't know if they're going to give Tech Jacket any kind of spotlight, honestly. Like, I don't think he's going to be any kind of focus. Look on the trailer. It looks like it's going to be Mark Eve as usual. Who's the guy? Is it Ultraman? Is that the guy? Immortal Man. The Immortal Man? Is that it?
Yeah.
Immortal? Yeah, he's going to be in there. He's going to be a major focus, most likely. Because it looks like, which I'm hoping it starts off with the bang. I hope there's no low moment at all. I hope it starts off and they're like, hey, this is what's been happening the last couple months with cleanup. And they jump right into it and we get introduced one by one to all these characters. I think what looks like in the trailer, since I didn't even notice Tech Jacket, I'm thinking Tech Jacket. And
he's in there a decent amount. He's in there a couple times. Yeah.
Is he? Okay, well then maybe they're going to show him more. Maybe he'll just be a mainstay on that team for this season. I think since we didn't see him a whole lot, I think they're going to surprise us and have Robot do his thing from the books in the end and get on his Lex Luthor stuff a little bit. I'm excited. That's what I've been waiting for. I'm waiting for the Robot to do some of his stuff, and I'm waiting on to see how well they use Thragg's strength because I'm trying to find a good way to compare Thragg, but I don't want to go overboard on it. But I guess let's say a regular Viltrumite like Omni-Man can lift one house. Let's say he can lift one house with one hand. That's how strong he is. Thragg can probably lift 100 houses with the pinky. So I guess that's the best way to describe it. It's like a scene. My favorite scene in the whole book is when Thragg comes to Earth with no scratches on him, running through people, and he sees Mark and he just immediately goes to rip him in half. That's what I want to see. He tries to rip him in half and he just doesn't succeed right there. And then he's able just to walk away casually. I think it's Mark Eve, and that's when they have kids. So I'm also wondering if they're going to have another season or 2 more seasons. I guess they're going to have to do a time skip to when Eve is. I'm assuming she gets pregnant in this season. I want to see if they do a time skip or something when Mark is like a couple years older.
Well, I think this will drag out the 2 more seasons. I don't think they can wrap this all up in one. I was looking before, and it seems like season 5 was already greenlit before season 4 even came out. We'll talk about Eve for a second. Not in the trailer much, but you mentioned that, and I didn't know she gets pregnant. There is something going on with her powers, so maybe that is tied into why her powers aren't working properly. You see that scene where she's trying to put it together, and it's falling all over the place in whatever grass area she's in. So, and they say, oh, we'll figure this out together. So possibility there. But you talk about Robot, we got some new Guardians that show up. We also have the same batch of aliens that seem I don't know, not to nitpick here, but how are these aliens still alive? We just saw Omni-Man wash them. How do they keep coming back?
He can wash all of them. You leave a couple, they multiply quick. Remember, some of these alien races, as random as they are, sometimes they when they give birth to an alien, they get fully grown quickly. I also saw, I forgot what they call, I think it's called a Ragnar. Looks like they are in the show as well in this season. The aliens that the Vulture mice are like the arch enemy of, that can kill Vulture mice with ease.
Is
They're in
that
it.
the kind of dinosaur-ish looking?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
okay.
red thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
they
that's important too. So we're gonna get a little bit of a backstory too. Um, and Alan the alien, who I'd also put up there with Thragg, people going to disagree with me, whatever. He heals rapidly. Like as soon as you put him close to death, he's like a Saiyan. When he heals, he's
yeah.
that much stronger. So if I'm, in my opinion, Alan the alien is the strongest in the show. Like you pretty much had to rip him up into tiny pieces like a Majin Buu to get rid of him all the way, and no one's done that.
Yeah, that's kind of why Thaddeus left him alive. If earlier, if you didn't know, like me walking in blind, he thought, "Oh, is this guy like a villain?" And it's like, no, he needed Alan to recover, so he became that much stronger. And now he continues to be way stronger. So something looking out for him. We talked about some of the other villains in the show. We got some new ones that we seen in this trailer. Dinosaurus. We got Universa. We got Volcanica and some Hell demons in here. I will think that these are more. I mean, we saw dinosaurs fighting Mark, but I think these are more what the Guardians will be kind of dealing with. So it feels like we're kind of going in two parts here. It feels like the Guardians have their own new list of villains. So that would be the Dinosaurs, Universa, Volcanica, and the Hell Demons on Earth. And it feels like our new batch, our new team up, is kind of going after the Viltrumite. So I feel like we're kind of might get a split off here of dealing with space stuff and dealing with Earth stuff. Do you kind of get that vibe too? Because obviously we got Cecil back talking about the Guardians got to show up because the nonsense never stops.
Yeah, and I think the best part of this whole series is going to be the Earth stuff, because while Mark is listening to his father and Alan, he's going to go off, probably do a tiny bit of a training montage and whatnot. And like I said, he's more serious, which I think him being serious, I think is going to speed up the show, because there's no more to that. I'm dealing with an Earthling girlfriend anymore. My girlfriend has powers. I can go do what I want. So he's going to go train with his father or go do whatever mission with his father. I think everything on Earth with the whole the Guardians, that the faux Justice League, if you will, deal with all the villains on Earth. People get killed, stuff like that. I think it's going to be like you said. It's going to be like half an episode of them, half an episode of Mark, or a whole episode of Mark, and a 3/4 episode next time with the people on Earth. I think this season is going to go by pretty quick, because we don't need any more low moments like in season 1. I think season 1 we got enough backstory. And I think the first couple episodes of season 2 we got enough as well.
Yeah, I would say those 2 and 3 I felt a little slower, and I think you said that was coming back. We talked about season 1. I mean, season 1 was kind of introduced to everybody who didn't know the show, and it's like a big ramp up, and then you're like, it's going to get slow from here unless they skip some stuff. I think the stuff you're talking about them skipping too was finally coming in this 4th season, and obviously that trailer left. That trailer left no room this season for dull moments. But something that I do want to talk about. Daddy's in the trailer. One of the more popular parts of it talks about we got to deal with the past. Obviously, Omni-Man coming back and talking to Mark saying, "You got to trust me." And obviously, having to talk back to his wife and deal with his family. And obviously, Oliver, all of them left. So there will be some drama in there. I'm very interested to see. I don't know necessarily what happens. I'm very interested to see what happens with that family dynamic, because we've kind of dealt with the repercussions of that for about 2 seasons now, but we haven't really addressed it. And I mean, Mark's only really seen Omni-Man for about 5 minutes, so we haven't really addressed it. So I think that's also going to be another good moment to kind of ground the show.
Yeah, I don't even think they're going to put a lot of emphasis on that. I think when Omni-Man and his ex-wife see each other, I don't think they're going to have that long together. I think Omni-Man's going to be finally focused on, this is when he gets focused on, okay, I did a lot of wrong. I got to make all these wrongs right. And I got to get my son's help to help me fight the rest of my race that I trained with for my entire life. That's the mission he's going on. So I think he's going to be more focused on that mission. But again, I didn't finish reading the entire book. I don't have the omnibus. I got to the part where Robot was getting on his semi-Lex Luthor stuff and causing some chaos. But there's like 2 omnibuses. There's like an omnibus of the original Invincible that I need to get, and there's also one where they kind of like redid the story, and I need to get that too. I had no idea that was out. So before this series comes out, I'm going to be all read up. We'll do another video on it, and I'll be able to run down more of these later characters in the series.
Yeah, break down some more characters. I think they're gonna. I think they got to kind of address the drama here. I don't think they could just keep over it. Well, they may not focus on it. It may be a 10, 15-minute part of an episode. I think you kind of have to address it here. That's what everybody's wondering. Like, she gonna cuss them out? What's gonna happen? So definitely that. But yeah, man, a ton happening in this trailer. Do continue videos on it, breaking it down. It comes out in March, which also. Something else is in March too? I'm missing something. Something else is also coming out in March, and now I can't think of it.
Superhero-ish?
No, it's a Daredevil. There we go. Daredevil's out in March. I was like something. Yeah, like something
Punisher. Else. I think comes out late March or May. It's an M month. Though it's March or May. The Punisher special. It's like a movie.
That's the thing. I think I watched the Daredevil trailer, and I was like, wait, something else comes out in March. I was like, it's this. So, yeah. All that. You got anything else? Trailer, anything like that?
That's all I got, man. I enjoyed it. It's actually the first Invincible trailer, believe it or not, that I've actually enjoyed watching. Because, like I said, season 1 and 2, I was like, it's good, but I was like, it's cool. It's all right. It's just a little slow for me. The season 3 had me. I was like, okay, now we're getting down to business. So now this whole trailer was straight business. I said, cool. I'm down with it.
Yeah, honestly, this is maybe the best trailer I've watched this year of any sort of show, and honestly, kind of took me back to those old Marvel trailers where you didn't know what you were getting in the movie, but they were going to put a badass trailer together to get you excited. Invincible has delivered a little more than that, so definitely excited for season 4. Make sure you like that video, hit that sub button, and most definitely, Scotty, if they don't see us here, where can they find us at?
You can find me on Kuronocomics, everything. Or Minor League Films, everything. We even have a Minor League Film Shorts page coming up.
MLS Shorts.
Have Minor League Shorts page.
Yeah, it's already up and running. So do all that. Get in the comments. Let us know what you're thinking about the new season. All that. More videos coming on the way. Got a lot to talk about. So be back soon. All that good stuff. We'll catch you next time.